How you doing? This is me, Zipster. Okay, I've been getting a lot of mail today about people being pissed off because I did a cliffhanger yesterday. But I just all of a sudden it's like, wow, how long is this thing already? It was like 9 minutes or something. It's like, ooh, I don't want to put anybody through that. So I stopped the story right before I even got to the damn story. But yeah, so I'm back because I'm going to finish it up. I promised you I will. But oh man, I got a comment from somebody on some video today. It was one of my favorite ones I ever got. He said, Zipster is the most annoying person on the entire planet. That's almost like getting an award or something, isn't it? I mean, to be the most something on the entire planet, no matter what it is, I think is pretty special. So, so I sent him a little thing back and I said, Happy Holidays to you. Yeah, okay. So, okay, let me try to get my train of thought back. I know there were 2 points I was trying to make, and that was, my brief but exciting relationship with David Johansen of New York Dolls and Buster Poindexter fame. I remember the first time I think I was like really saw him. I mean, everybody heard of everybody. Like I heard of the New York Dolls, and everybody heard of everybody because New York was the music community in New York was small. It were like 25 bands that everybody was just talking about all the time, and so there you go. So one night I think it was one of the first nights I actually went up to Max's. I say up because Max's was on 17th Street, and I was used to hanging on 2nd Street, so that was like uptown girl to me, uptown girl. And I went up there, and David and the gang, his Serinda Fox and the other dolls are coming out of the place, and this was the quote that just killed me that came out of David's mouth. He said, well, there's nothing going on in here tonight. Let's go back to Staten Island. Staten Island? There's nothing ever going on in Staten Island. So it turned out the New York Dolls really were from Staten Island, but whatever. But yeah, okay, so fine. Then, there were run-ins and brushes with, hi, how you doing? And he would show up at clubs in New Jersey to see me play, and I think I only really ever saw them once at Max's because they were a little too punkified for me. I was a little more into like the Roxy music, kind of musical kind of band thing, and the New York Dolls were a little too punky for me. So I saw them once. It was they were very exciting and had great shoes and great makeup and fabulous hair, but it wasn't the kind of thing I needed to see more than once. Yes, so culmination of this story is one night after the Dolls had broke up and David had become Buster Poindexter. He's doing this concert in some ballroom in somewhere in New Jersey. I don't remember the specifics of this, but another pretty face was we were the opening act for the Buster Poindexter band. So fine, I don't care, he just had a big hit with Hot, 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 whatever. I'll open for you, bitch. So we get up and we're doing our show, and we're on our second last song, which is always Wild Child, which is kind of a little dramatic, kind of very T-Rexy, kind of heavy-hitting cock rock, glam, strings, a whole big overblown song that people just adored. So it's like our second last song of our set, and we're getting the hell out of Dodge before Buster comes on, and all of a sudden the whole fucking stage goes black, the sound goes out, and we are standing there in the middle of the damn song. It's like, what the hell is going on? Well, I thanked the crowd as best as I could with no amplification, and we left the stage. Come to find out a little bit later that Mr. Buster Poindexter David frickin' Johansen got pissed off because the crowd was getting into our show and said, if you don't pull the plug on this shit now, we're not going on at all. So he had the management shut down the power to the frickin' stage. I don't think that's fair play. So, okay, needless to say, David and I never really hit it off real good after that. Okay, then the other part of the story was Miss Debbie Harry. Now, Debbie used to work, first, anybody who's a fan of hers knows that she used to be a Playboy bunny, and then she was actually a waitress at Max's Kansas City for a while, a cocktail waitress, and don't get me wrong. I'm not being, I'm not trying to rag on the girl. I always thought she was very lovely and very sweet and very beautiful. Oh my God, she was so beautiful. I didn't think she was a really great singer. As a matter of fact, she could barely carry a tune in a bucket. But there's nothing wrong with her. I liked her. She was gorgeous. But okay, now I told you before. I first started, running into Debbie in probably 73 or 74 when she was a backup singer with Elder and the Stilettos down at Club 82. Okay, then Elder and the Stilettos, I don't know if they broke up or if Debbie left or what, but then Debbie started on Blondie with her boyfriend Chris. So great. So we're all still playing the same club, seeing each other, and Then I remember Another Pretty Face was rehearsing at SIR Studios in New York, which was like a big rehearsal space that everybody did their shit at. And Blondie was rehearsing for their first album at SIR because they had just signed to SIR Records. Were they on SIR? Yeah, I think they were. Okay, so they're down there rehearsing, we're down there rehearsing, and in between times you run into each other out front or in the hallways and whatever. And I remember we were outside of the studio one night and we were talking, and she was telling me how cute she thought my bass player Charlie was. Meanwhile, yeah, Charlie really was cute. But so the point is, I knew this girl I knew her good. So, okay, first album comes out, everything's still cool. Second album comes out, and they start hitting a little bit of something's happening, So all of a sudden they're not playing at Max's, and they're not playing around local anymore. They're like getting ready to do their world tour and blah blah whatever. Hey, well and good. Kudos to you, baby. I love you. So one night I'm at Max's Kansas City, upstairs watching who knows who, probably Wayne County, Jane County. I love that bitch. She was fabulous. But the dude who did a lot of photography up there, his name was Peter, and he came over and he said, "Oh, T, come here, Zip, come here, there's somebody I want you to meet." And he takes me over to the back of the upstairs, and Debbie's sitting there. And he's like, Zip, I'd like to introduce you to Debbie Harry. And she's all like, "Oh, nice to meet you. What band are you with?" I am like, you have got to be kidding me. I've like picked you up out of phone booths when you were practically peeing yourself because you couldn't walk anywhere because you like got fucked up on something, and now you got a record deal and you're going on tour and you forgot who I am. Still love you, Deb, but wow, that's kind of like, it puts a damper on the whole thing. It's like, well, what happened? Stardom really does affect people. It's just, don't do it to people that you already know and that know you, because they're going to see right through you. And I know what's going to happen here. There are a couple, I have some old friends from YouTube that all of a sudden things got a little weird, and so I kind of decided to steer clear of them. And then I wind up, of course, getting notes. It says, "Wow, fame has gone to your head." And it's like, you know what the problem is? I don't have fame. I'm on YouTube. What the hell kind of fame is that? What they consider to be fame has gone to their head. That's the problem. And they start getting all weirded out of me. Because I want to tell you, man, and if you've been watching my videos, nothing has changed from the first video to the last video, except maybe I'm a little more comfortable in front of the camera. But otherwise, it's all still the same old shit. And per usual, okay, I think I wrapped up that story. So I'm going to say goodnight for the night, and I'll talk to you later, okay? Thank you!